was Woodley's win tonight. Certainly didn't necessarily entertain the crowd quite as much. What did you think watching that fight?
About watching what fight?
The Woodley fight and beating Maya.
What did you think about watching the Woodley fight? Listen, when you break a record for the least punches ever thrown in a 5-round fight in a title fight, and you beat it by, it was like 130, and these guys threw 60 or something like that. I mean, I think that sums it up.
And I guess we're seeing reports that you've been saying in some other interviews backstage that GSP, who you said was next in line for this winner, is no longer next in line. He's fighting Michael Bisping.
Yep.
Is that definitive?
Yep. There you go.
Do we have a date set for that?
Because I know Michael Bisping will fight. Michael Bisping will show up and he will fight. So, yeah, I'm going to give it to him.
Ron's victory. I mean, I guess he can say a win is a win, and he was up here talking about all the takedown defenses he had. You know, he said, you know.
It is true. We just had a little talk in the back, you know. Oh, GSP just texted me. You know, he said, I heard you were talking about my performance. I said, you broke a record tonight. I mean, that speaks for itself. He said, well, this guy had however many, 17 takedown attempts or something like that. And I said, yeah, and not one of them were close. You fought them all off. The guy had one eye in the first round, and you're faster, you're stronger, your hands are better, explosive, you know. I believe Woodley could have finished that in the first round. If not, he definitely could have finished in the second round. You know, if you had a remote control for that guy, he's a freak of nature. He'd be an incredible fighter. And it's easy, listen, it's easy to say a win is a win. But when you get booed out of an arena, it means people don't want to watch you fight, you know? And that's how you make a living. It's not good if people don't want to watch you fight.
You know,
yeah.
You mentioned Tyron getting booed out of the arena. With George St. Pierre having such a loyal following, don't you think that fans would actually want to see Tyron actually go up against a GSP and lose?
You ask fans if they want to see Woodley fight again. I think that would be a flat-out no. Who wants to pay to see Tyron Woodley fight again? It's you know, he is an absolute physical specimen. The guy could have finished that fight at any time he wanted to, but, you know, he didn't want to take the risks. You take no risks, you get no rewards.
Down here in front, Dana. Where do you think Tyron goes from here then? Like, if he's not going to be fighting GSP next, do you think there's any contenders in that welterweight division?
I don't know. I don't. You know, I don't make fights the night of the fight, but I don't know. But, you know, whoever's next, maybe Lawler.
Dana, just wondering, with yesterday you saying that the Bisping GSP fight had sailed, and today obviously that being switched.
That ship turned around and fucking sailed back.
I was just wondering if you could clarify when exactly that decision was made to turn the ship
fucking
around.
round 5.
Does this affect Tyron's chances in the future going forward at landing big fights if he does want to, say, fight Nick Diaz or GSP in the future?
I don't know. It definitely affected this fight. That's for sure. I know that Michael Bisping will show up and fight. No doubt about it.